In a small mountain village, winter arrived early. The wind howled through empty streets, and the cold made even firewood feel like gold. In that village lived an old craftsman. He spent his life making clay lamps beautiful, simple, and warm. He wasn't rich, but every evening he lit a lamp and placed it outside his little house. He said, "A small light can guide a lost traveler." Most people smiled at his words, but few really understood them. One night, as snow began to fall, a young man from the city came running through the street. He had lost his way in the storm. When he saw the flicker of a small lamp at a distance, he followed it and found the old craftsman's hut. The craftsman opened the door. The young man was shivering, his hands trembling. The craftsman gave him a blanket, some warm soup, and a place near the fire. When the young man looked around, he saw dozens of clay lamps stacked in every corner. He asked, "Do you sell all these?" The craftsman smiled, "No, I give them to those who need them more than I do." The young man frowned, "But doesn't that mean you lose money?" The craftsman looked at the glowing lamp beside him and said, "A flame doesn't become smaller by lighting another lamp." The storm lasted 3 days. By the time it stopped, the young man's heart had changed. Before leaving, he said, "When I return to the city, I will send you something, a gift." The craftsman nodded kindly. He had heard such promises before, but he wished the young man well. Months passed, the winter ended, and spring brought colors back to the valley. One morning, a large wooden box arrived outside the craftsman's store. Inside, there were hundreds of small jars filled with oil and a letter. It said, "Your light saved me when I was lost. Now let these lamps light your village." The old man looked out at the empty lanes and then at the oil jars. He smiled, picked up one jar, and went door to door, filling every neighbor's land. That night, for the first time in years, the entire village glowed like a sky full of stars. People came out of their houses amazed at the beauty of their own village. The young man returned months later. He saw the village shining from miles away. He ran to the craftsman's house and said, "You used it all. You could have sold the oil." The craftsman smiled again and said, "When I shared my flame, I found warmth. When I shared my light, I found life." He pointed toward the glowing village and said, "Generosity is the only fire that never dies." Friends, when you share what you have, whether it is light, love, or kindness, you don't lose it, you multiply it.